How you doing, YouTube? As promised in my last video, that I would come next with the next video would be an availability video, and so that's what I'm uploading here today. This shows majority. This video will show the majority of my availability. I'm going to show you three different groups of animals. I've got just a couple animals still around from 2021 that are not holdbacks. Actually, one of them was a holdback. One was for sale. I just hadn't sold it yet. It was a 2021 babies. I've got about 6 or 7 2022 babies available from last year still. And then I've got just a few of my 2023 babies starting to be ready to go. And I will show you. I'm going to start with them from the 2021 babies to the 2022s to the final 2023s. It's kind of chronological. If you see anything that you're interested in or anything that you like, everything should be listed on my Morph Market. I think there's maybe one animal that I'm going to show you, maybe two that aren't on Morph Market. Actually, there's 3 animals that aren't on Morph Market. 2 of them I am not going to put on Morph Market right away. I just need to get their sexes. I want the sexes of the animals confirmed. I believe they're both females, but I have a buddy of mine that comes over because I'm old and I can't always see their hemipenes when they're babies. So I always have him come over and take a different look. Like I told you in my first video, I've been in the hobby for about 10 years. I've been breeding for 6 years. I've pretty much sold everything locally. I think I've only shipped babies twice. And I just started my Morph Market account maybe 5 or 6 months ago. And the hardest part of this hobby for me is sales. I don't have any problem caring for the animals or breeding the animals or getting the eggs and incubating the eggs and getting the eggs to hatch and getting the babies started and getting them. No problems with any of that. The sales part of this hobby, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And I would say to you that you probably spend most of your time trying to market and sell your baby. So if, like me, I'm not a big social media person, I'm not on that a lot, that's not, I'm an older person, I'm gonna be 58 years old November 7th, and social media and doing all of this technology stuff, it's all foreign to me. Probably the hardest part about selling babies for me is letting go of the baby, right? I mean, this is an animal that you probably, for me, I've grown up their parents, I've bred their parents, I've gotten the eggs, and now I've hatched the eggs, and I'm very emotionally invested in these animals. So, like I said, it's hard for me to do the sales. Takes a lot of time, and probably the hardest part for me is letting go of animals that I've produced. The reason I'm doing this video and the timing of this video is because we have a Tucson reptile show. I'm in Phoenix. We're probably about an hour and a half north, an hour and a half drive down the I-10 north of Tucson. But I wanted to get my availability up and somewhere for people to go and look, because I don't have enough animals to have a table at the show. I mean, right now I've probably got a dozen or 13, 14 animals, and that's just the most animals I've ever had available at one time, other than right after I start getting babies ready to go in the season. So I've got, I don't want to do anything that is disrespectful or steps over any lines with the Tucson Reptile Show. I am not a vendor there. However, I am going to be at the show probably Sunday for sure, but I can go both days. If you see something that you like, you're interested in, let me know. I can bring it down to Tucson and meet up with you. I will only do that for animals that have been prepaid. I am not going down to Tucson with an animal you want to take a look at. I'm not going to ship it, or I'm not going to bring it to meet you somewhere unless the animal's paid for. And my risk is then out of it. So that's my deal. Again, like I said, I don't want to disrespect the people that have paid for tables and have paid money to put this great show on. I've been to it several times. It's an awesome show. I don't want to do anything that is crossing any lines or doing anything disrespectful. I'm just letting people know I do what I have available, and then you can, have me meet you there with the animal or animals, and I will bring them. My only rule, like I said, is the animal's got to be paid for before it leaves this building. So, or you can come here to the house. I'm here in Chandler, Arizona, pretty centrally located in Arizona, and you can come and take a look at what I've got. But hopefully, sit back. Hopefully, you'll like something you see. Sit back and relax and take a look at these animals. Thanks. I just kind of want to get out there what I've got, so I'm going to kind of start from kind of chronologically. So these animals, this first group of animals, they all hatched in 2021. The first one, I think he's in shed, but he's a pastel inchy, paws head pied, and he came out of a pastel lesser leopard bred to an inchy fire. I produced the father. The mother was produced by Mike Wilbanks. So here he is. And again, this is, come on, stay kind of balled up here, ball python. So this is a 2021 baby. I'm just kind of trying to see if I can get it in frame for you. So this is pastel inchy male, 2021. He's an adult size, proven breeder. Not a proven breeder, sorry, breeder size. He's breeder size, but he's not a proven breeder. Trying to get you a shot of his head, because I like the inchy head. That's the pastel inchy butterfly on there. So that's pastel inchy, paws het pied. And then this other one came out of a dinker project breeding that I have, and I was gonna keep him because I don't know if this dinker project that I'm working with is it incomplete dominant? Is it recessive? Is it even genetically passed on? Well, it's a genetic blackback female that I'm working with as a dinker, and she has black-backed cinnamon, but nothing else. So this was a male, and I figured I'd keep him to put him back to her to see if maybe this is recessive. But I got a clutch from her last year again, and so I decided to keep a male that doesn't have cinnamon in it, because like I said, the only thing that it's black-backed is cinnamon. And so here he is. This is a 2021 little black-backed cinny, and I'm just trying to get him in the shot for you. He's a racer. There's his head, very dark head. And then you get this really rusty looking dorsal, and it's pretty much a clean dorsal. Got a little stuck shed there, but he looks like just basically a regular cinnamon. And so yeah, he's available. Try to get his whole body in a shot here. There he is, close enough. So just a typical black-backed cinnamon, but I was going to use him in my genetic black-back project. And heck, if it turns out being a recessive gene, then I'll just, and I don't sell them, I'll just hold on to them. So, all right. So this animal that I'm about to show you is also a 2021. She hatched in late 2021. She was a really slow starter. I assist fed for quite a while, and then she started taking on her own. And I didn't know it was nip and tuck and go, or whatever you call it. I mean, I didn't know if this girl was gonna make it, and but she's doing great now. Eating frozen thawed rats. I've been feeding her smalls. I just fed her a medium-sized rat like a day ago, maybe last night, and you'll be able to see she has, you can tell she's just eating. And so I don't know, she's probably 600-700 grams, maybe 800 grams, maybe a little bigger. I'm not good on the weights. I don't worry about the weights. They look big enough, I breed them. If they don't look big enough, I don't breed them. So she slammed a medium frozen thawed yesterday, and she's doing awesome. And she's an allelic animal, so she will never produce a normal. She is a cinnamon enchi female. I already have a cinnamon enchi male. I have a cinnamon enchi fire female, and I have a cinnamon enchi pinstripe female. So I pretty much got the cinnamon enchi combo in females and males taken care of, but this one is very pretty, kind of really light colored, and you'll be able to see she's got a meal in her, but she's not very large. She's not a big girl, for being, almost 2 years old. She's still really small. I bet you she's maybe 600 grams. But like I said, this is a type of snake that she's a fighter. She wasn't a good eater when she started out. Didn't take readily, but we assist fed, and now we've got a really nice looking female who I think probably, like I said, not this year, but next year. Yeah, she'll be ready. And she's such a pretty snake, and she'll never produce a wild type animal because she's a allelic. She's act like super. So every baby she has is either going to have cinnamon or enchi, but not both. So she's going to throw a gene, but it's, I noticed this. My cinnamon enchis throw cinnamon more than they throw enchi, but I don't know. It's a fun project to be in. Pretty recently, found out that enchi and cinnamon were allelic, and so that's pretty cool. So I went through the whole probably first 6-7 years of my time in the hobby here, not knowing that genes like cinnamon and enchi were allelic. So we know a whole lot more than we knew before. So okay, so this is my second group of animals. This is a total of 6 animals. All of these animals hatched in 2022, and so these are well started. So these would have been babies that hatched out in like August, September of last year. These are kind of what I would consider a later 2022 babies. It comes out of my HRA project, and that'll be a whole nother video. We'll go over my HRA project that I'm very excited about. So I put my lesser HRA male to my enchi fire girl because I wanted to see if my line of HRA would black back enchi. It did. And when we do the HRA project video, you'll see those animals are amazing. So this is, whenever you see something that I'm saying is Paz Het VPI Xanthic. You know that probably came out of my HRA project, because everything in my HRA project is, I've made the visual HRA VPI Xanthics. I got a pair of those. So this animal is, again, so I showed you an Enchi, well, I will show you another Enchi fire that is Paz Het VPI Xanthic. This came out of the same type of pairing. This is Enchi Fire Paz Het VPI Xanthic. Now remember, you'll forward through on this video, and you'll see how dark that other Enchi Fire is. Well, this one looked just like it when it was a baby. It was that dark. And what the Enchi Fire, what fire does as Enchi, is it starts lightening the animal. And so the animal starts off looking that dark. Oh, this animal's running, so I'm gonna try to calm her down. She just had a meal last night, so. This animal's eating frozen thawed small rats. It is a female Enchi Fire. And when you go forward, you're gonna see, I'm gonna show you another Enchi Fire that I produced this year that is also Paz Het VPI Xanthic. And look how dark, when you see it, compare the two, and you'll see how dark that Enchi Fire is. Well, Enchi Fire, it lightens as it gets older, just like everything else in ball pythons, right? Just like everything else in ball pythons. But if you look at this animal compared to the 2023 animal that I showed you earlier, look how much lighter this animal is. And it's basically the same parents. So that is part of my HRA project. Now, the other project that these babies are going to come out of, this is going to come out of my genetic blackback project. I'm going to also, I showed you that cinnamon Enchi female, that 2021 animal, that came out of my genetic blackback project as well, and that the other animal that I showed you earlier. So these animals all came from my female, what I bought as a genetic blackback. I haven't produced really any genetic blackbacks from her other than about half of the cinnamons that she throws come out black-backed. And the other half of the cinnamons come out looking just like normal cinnamons. But that's the only gene that I've got to blackback coming out of that female. So last year, I put a pastel lesser leopard Enchi Fire to her, and she gave me an excellent clutch. And I'm gonna keep the best male. The best male out of it was a pastel lesser Enchi Fire, no leopard. But now if this is a recessive gene, then all of these animals would be hets. But we don't know. It's a dinker project that I'm dinkering with. But I didn't want to make a whole bunch of animals that, I couldn't move if I didn't want to keep them. So I'm keeping a male. I'm also keeping a female leopard Enchi Fire that I got out of that pairing. So I kept what I feel are the best male and the best female. And then these animals are going to come out of that pairing, and I'm going to show them to you in order of genetic. And I soak my animals before I video them or film them, so that if there's any stuck shed or anything's going on with the animal, it gets a good drink, and because it's going to be stressed out when I'm going to be videoing it or taking pictures of it. So I want the animal as hydrated as possible, feeling as best, the best that it can. So this animal is another, and you'll see I showed you another pastel Enchi that was Paz Het Pied. Well, this is another pastel Enchi, Paz Het Pied, from my genetic blackback, but I put my leopard, my pastel lesser leopard Enchi Fire boy to this girl, just to see what she would throw. So this is a pastel Enchi. This is a pastel Enchi that is 100%, no, I'm sorry, 50% het pied. And you can see she has on her head, she's got the pastel inchy butterfly head stamp, right? And so she is, like I said, she was a late 2022 baby. Put my tablecloth thingy back. Damn snakes are all wanting to run today. Come on, man, really? You can't just sit and ball python? They ball python all day until you want to take their picture or video them. Then they don't want to be ball pythons anymore. Now I want to be a freaking black racer out in Florida or something. Oh man, just sit still. So, pastel inchy paws het pied female. I showed you a male, basically from the same, almost same parents. Different female actually. But so that is part of that project. This also came out of that clutch. This is a male. I made a female last year, so I held her back. This is a male lesser leopard fire, and you can tell it's fire. Wait until I'll show you the head. And I'm telling you that this is going to be het pied. The reason that this animal is striped like that is because it's het pied. If it wasn't het pied, it wouldn't be striped like that. I can show you pictures of pastel lesser leopards. Look at that head. Look how light that head is. And you see the fire. Sometimes fire will put this like little silhouette of like a bunny. So the bunny's ears are towards the front of the camera. So that is lesser leopard fire, and he is been on my Morph Market for a while, and I will tell you, I would bet all the money that I have in the world that snake is going to be het pied. And then here is one, I've got this female, she was part of the same clutch from last year. She's a pastel lesser inchy, 3 gene animal, paws het pied, and I love this snake. It is gorgeous. And I was going to hold it back, but then I hit a lesser inchy fire female this year. And so I thought, okay, maybe I can let this girl go. But this girl would be part of this dinker project that I'm working on as well. But she's not black-backed. But she is gorgeous. And I have her priced. I have her priced on my Morph Market kind of high. And if you read the description of this animal, it says that she's priced to stay. This is lesser inchy fire paws het pied. See the fire banana or the bunny on her head again? The bunny head stamp. It's also being messed up because, well, it's not got fire. This is inchy. And so what you're seeing there on the head stamp is the pastel inchy butterfly. So this is, again, she's a light snake on a dark background, and I'm throwing tons of light on this shot. So she kind of reflects the light a little bit, but she is pretty as all get out. Come on, girl, just let's be a ball python. It's like every snake, like I tell you, they're ball pythons until you want to take a picture of them or shoot a video of them. Then they're freaking the black racers from Florida. So this is a mess, but I hope you get a good shot of her. Pastel lesser inchy, paws het pied, and I don't know, she's got a lot of dorsal stripe, so I would think maybe she would prove het pied. And down by her tail, the patterns all run together. That's another really good example of het pied markers. So like I said on my Morph Market, she's priced to stay. So if you're interested in her, you see the price. I think I got her up there for like $300. And you know, you could probably find one on Morph Market for $150. So yeah, she's priced to stay. But if you like her and you're interested in her and you can use her and whatnot, and you want to make me an offer, like I said, I'll listen to all offers. I don't get offended. All right, so these two animals were from a GHI 100% het hypo to a Super Mojave Bell Paz het hypo. And I don't know that I got any visual hypos, but I did get, because you have two different lines of Mojave coming together to make this Bell Super Mojave. My GHI Mojaves that I made, and I've got a couple of them to show to you, they look pretty different, and they're both males. So these are both males, and he's already talking to me. So this is GHI Mojave. GHI Mojave, and it's Paz het hypo. If I thought one was going to be hypo, this would be the one I think was hypo, because let me show you his brother. Brother looks a little different. This is his brother. And he's also a GHI Mojave, but they're very different looking, you know. This one looks very smoky, and this one, you know, you can see the pattern, the side pattern better. And so, I don't know. Is this one hypo and this one isn't? Or is this one just a different line of Mojave than this one is? Because these came from a Super Mojave. So this is the one. I'm keeping one like that. The one I'm keeping looks like that. And I don't know that it's hypo, but it's at least Paz het hypo. And then the other little male GHI Mojave that I have available is here. And look at his side patterns are really different. You know, not like his brothers at all. His side patterns and side markings are very they're very different, and these guys have been really nippy since the day they came out of the egg, so I'm not really like, let me put my hands in front of your face, but you know, they're doing all right, and they're eating great. They're eating frozen thawed small rats or frozen thawed jumbo mice, but they're eating frozen thawed. There's another GHI Mojave, great looking animals, and like I said, I think one of the better two gene combos in the hobby. I really like the GHI Mojave. I did the whole pairing just to make myself a GHI Mojave, so I only need one of them. I made 3 of them. They're all males, and I think they're all Paz het hypo, but the one is just really different. The other 2 look like that more hypo-y or smoky looking one. So that's all the babies I have. 6 babies for the 2022, and we'll go from there. Thank you. Okay. So now this is the last group, and right now I only have about 7 animals, 2023 animals right now that are ready to go. I have 3 animals that I'm going to wholesale. I have a female normal, a male pastel Paz het pied, and a male calico. Those 3 single gene animals probably will wholesale in the next week or 2. But if you're interested in a normal baby or a pastel baby or a calico baby, the pastel and the calico are males and the normal is a female. If you're interested in those 3, I'm not going to show them here. But if you're interested, I'm going to wholesale those 3. I want to get 1 more meal in them. And then I'm going to wholesale those to a reptile store here local to me that I do business with. But if you're interested in one of those 3 babies, those are great starter animals. You know, great for a kid's first pet or, you know, first snake or something like that. So the first 2 here, so I only have 4 babies that I'm going to show you, and I've already seen 2 of them. Because that's right now all I have, and I'll probably have another, I don't know, 4 or 5 babies from this year still that I will be, you know, putting up on my Morph Market when they're ready to go. I don't think that this first one that I'm going to show you is on my Morph Market yet, but I'm going to get it there. I have a 2022 Inchy Fire on my Morph Market right now, but I also, and she's Paws Het VPI Xanthic. And I also have this baby, 2023 Inchy Fire female. And she is also Paws Het VPI Xanthic. She comes from a male that I know is 100% het, so that would make this little girl a 50% chance at being het VPI Xanthic. So she's an Inchy Fire 50% het VPI Xanthic. She's pretty. And the Inchy Fire for me is just a great base to start with. I bought my Inchy Fire female from Mike Wilbanks years ago, and I just love breeding her and putting, you know, a great male to her. As long as that male doesn't have fire. Now, the other thing I'm going to start looking for when you start getting these Inchy Fire combos, and I'm starting to get a lot of them, I'm looking for a super vanilla male. So now I also have, I just hatched my very first Orange Dream clutch. And this is my first Orange Dream animal that I'm going to make available. This animal is a lesser Orange Dream pinstripe, obviously. Could have yellow belly, but I don't think it has yellow belly, but it sure is clean, boy. Get my hand out of there. It's really reflecting the light. If I put my hand in there, maybe it does a little bit better with it. Let's see. She's just really reflecting the light. So when I put them on a dark background like this, and then you shoot them and they're a light colored snake, sometimes they'll really, for me, and I'm just learning how to do all this, guys, so I apologize if you can't see her good. She's a female lesser OD pin, 3 gene female. She's not het for anything I know, but she sure is pretty, boy. Bring her up here so you can see her a little better. Man, that's nice. Lesser on OD and pinstripe is really nice. So that's her. I made 4 of those lesser with OD. One of them still hasn't eaten. I can't get, it's a female, but I made 2.2. I think I have 1 lesser yellow belly pin, and then I have 2 lesser, so it's lesser lesser yellow belly pin, and then I have 2 lesser OD pin, and then I have the one that I haven't gotten to, no, I think he just started eating, is the lesser OD yellow belly pin, and that snake's gonna be really pretty. So then here's the other 2 babies that I have available right now. And you've seen both of them on my last video. One is the chocolate 100% het hypo. It's a great looking chocolate, a great looking, it's a perfect example of the chocolate gene. I love that it's black backed. It's really cool, man. So that is a 2023 chocolate 100% het hypo. And you should know who the next one is if you watched my video and see that clutch. I told you that these may be the only 2. And right now, as we stand, these are the only 2 that I'm gonna let go for sure. So this is the pastel chocolate 100% het hypo. She's a good looking little snake. And I'm telling you, that's what I started in the chocolate. This is what I started with in the chocolate project. It's just a pastel chocolate. And she was Paws Het, and I proved her out, het hypo. And she's also the mother of these animals. So that's it right now on the 2023 babies. I got 7 babies that are ready to go. Like I said, in 2 weeks, if I haven't got anybody to contact me interested, I have a normal female baby ready to go. I got a pastel Pa's Head Pied, I believe, male, and I have a single gene calico male that I have. Those 3 snakes I'm going to wholesale if I don't have any interest from anybody. These other animals, I'm going to get them up. The chocolate and the pastel chocolate, they aren't on my Morph Market yet. I want to make sure, I believe they're both females, but I have a buddy of mine who comes over who I have pop them to, and so we confirm. And so they haven't been confirmed, and I won't sell them to anybody until they're confirmed sexually. So that's that group. That's the last group. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch the video, and I'll come back and we'll close it out. All right, guys. Well, that's it. That's all the snakes that I have available at this time. Hopefully there's something in there that you really liked. I'm putting my Morph Market link in the description, and as I said in the intro, this weekend here in Arizona we're having the Tucson Reptile Show. If you see something you like down at the Tucson show, right now my plan is to be down there for sure on Sunday, but my weekend right now I've kind of left it real open so that I can go down there. If I need to meet somebody with a snake or something on Saturday, I can go Saturday, or I can go Sunday. So hopefully, like I said, there's something there that you like. And the other thing that I want to talk about is offers. I do not get offended by offers. I understand that everybody is working for a living. And everybody, I don't care who you are, whenever you buy something, you're going to try to get it at the lowest possible price you can pay for it. It's human nature. It's human nature. Everybody wants a deal. And so I don't, a lot of the people in this hobby, when people make offers, they get offended like they're lowballing. I don't get offended. I got a snake up there for $300. You want to offer me $25 for it? I'll listen to your offer. I'll listen to your offer. I'm not going to take it, but I won't be offended by it. I understand why you're doing it, and you're just trying to get the best possible deal that you can. I get it. I'm willing to negotiate. I'm open to trades. Right now, I'm really looking for a super vanilla male. So I'd be interested in looking at any type of trades for a super vanilla male. And that's pretty much the only thing right now that I'm looking for. But like I said, if you've got something that you're interested in trading for any snake that I have up for sale, I'm willing to listen to any trade offers as well. And it doesn't just have to be snakes or anything like that. Like I said, I'm willing to listen to all offers. So thanks for watching. I appreciate you taking the time to do so. Please, what do they call it? Subscribe to my channel. I'm just trying to kind of build my brand here in the ball python industry, which is I really haven't done that, and that's why now I'm really trying to start not only YouTube, but I'm trying to be more present on my other social media platforms. I'm on Instagram under my name, Robert Whittier, on Instagram. I'm on Robert Whittier on Facebook. That is my personal page. I am also on Facebook with Coaches Royal Reptiles is my breeding page, and I'm on YouTube. And that's pretty much all my social media. That's pretty much all I do. And if you're looking for me, you can find me anywhere of those. I'll try to put my links in the description as well for my social media stuff. Thanks for watching, and have a great weekend. I hope I'll see you at the Tucson Reptile Show. Bye.